Okay, so we're back working on the Mini Cooper. Just unwrapped our door that we've got from the salvage yard, and it's actually in really nice condition. I mean, considering these cars are now sort of, well, we've got a 2006, but they've been going since like 2003. So considering the parts that we're getting now are quite old, this one is actually in really good condition. I mean, I can't see any marks on it. There's a couple of little very light sort of scuffs, but they might buff out. The one benefit that we've got on this, it's got the wiring loom, so I don't think I'll have to feed that through, but I'll double check it's the same as our wiring loom. And we've also got the door stay there as well, but I will double check that that works, because these can fail. So yeah, other than that, looks like we've got quite a nice condition door. So this one's from a Cooper S 2005, so a year older than ours, and a heck of a lot better condition as well. Right, so first step, need to strip this door down, take the door card off it. In order to get the window out, we need to drop that all the way down to the very bottom, but let's get started with the strip down of this door. Quickly forgot to add the fact that I also, from the same breakers, and I think it's from the same car as well, I've got us a brand new, or a replacement shall we say, door handle. The lock mechanism works absolutely fine, I've double checked that, so it's literally a case of, as we're stripping the door down, we're going to refit this onto the new door, and then this side will look a heck of a lot better. Okay, so that's got the door card off and a couple of the bits and pieces. The speaker was held in with 4 Phillips screws, the door handle and the tweeter was held in with 3, and then there was a hidden torque screw behind here, so I had to take that leather cover off the armrest on there, on the door handle, sorry. So now I need to try and get the glass out. So there is a small hole here, and behind there is a T20 screw. So that basically needs to be loosened. Alright, so there's a big problem. I've now snapped 2 tools trying to undo these 2 tiny little Torx screws down here. The last one snapped off actually in the head of the bolt. So I think the only way to get to it now is to find a picture of the mechanism and see if there's a way to unbolt it from behind. Now, one radical thought I had was I could cut the front of the door off, because ultimately we don't need it, and then I could see from behind as to what's going on. But I'm just going to do a bit of searching, bit of googling. Hopefully there's a couple of YouTube videos out there, someone's actually managed to tackle the exact same problem where they snapped off, and I'll catch you back in a second. So I've done a YouTube search now and found out that basically on the back of the glass there's basically 2 sort of plastic almost like lugs that hold the whole glass in place at the bottom. But the problem is, to get to those, it's really awkward from inside the door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip everything else I possibly can off. I think we'll raise the window all the way back up, and I'm going to see if the guy just down there has got an angle grinder, and we'll cut a section out the bottom of the door, drop the window back down, and then get a spanner on the back of those, take those off, and hopefully fix it. So let's get the wing mirror off now. That seems to be quite an easy job, although if I've just said that now, it's probably not going to be. this should just be a few bolts. So yeah, you've basically got some hex bolts here. Right, so we managed to borrow an angle grinder. So this is going to get real now. So I'm going to drill a hole from the back so I know where to cut with the angle grinder to get access to the two little lugs, and we'll go from there. Right, so those holes are the reference points for where the actual lugs will rest when it's back in. So I'm going to cut two U shapes, one there and one there, and then drop the window down and see if we can get access to the brackets. There we go, that's one of the culprits. So there you go. If you need to remove a window from your R52 Mini Cooper, make sure you've got an angle grinder, because that seems to be the only way to get access to the bloody thing. Now, there was actually an Allen bolt on the back which was easy enough to undo, but the problem was when the window is down you cannot see there is an Allen bolt there, and also trying to get access to it you can't get anything on the back of it. So to have something that's a T15, it's just not got enough traction to turn that amount of strain and pressure. But we don't need this door anyway. That was a bit of fun. Massive thanks to Jake for lending me his angle grinder and gloves and goggles. I need to invest in one of those clearly if we're going to keep buying minis. So what time is it now? Yeah, I'm going to get the rest of this door off, and then I think I'll call it a night, and then we'll pick back up probably Monday and we'll get the new door fitted then. Right, so now I've got the glass out, let's get the door off, because I can take the rest of the components out when the door's actually off the car. There's an 8mm bolt down here, need to get that undone to get the electrical connector off, so we'll start with that. That then releases the rubber connector which holds the covers up there. So pull that out, and then there's a retaining pin. Get this rubber connector out of the way. I'll have to open the door a bit wider. So we'll get, there's an E10 bolt that then needs to come off. Okay. Right, so that's unclipped now. So now let's get the door off. So this has got, I'm going to guess like a 13mm. Yeah, 13mm on that. So you've got 4 bolts that hold the door hinges on. And I need that. And most importantly, to make some space. So what I'm going to do is unscrew them so they're loose. One more. Right, so that's the door loosened off. Now we use our trusty little tool to buzz them out completely. So now that's the door off the hinges. Rest it down there. And now I don't know if you can see it on the camera, that's the electrical connector. That's popped all the way out. So that should just should go out. There we go. One door fully removed. So yeah, so I'll just show you that in a bit more detail. So you've got obviously 2 hinges, 2 bolts on each. Electrical connector, this little bit just slides out, that releases it, then that comes away. That was our 8mm bolt holding the cover in place, and that was our little retainer there for the lock pin that keeps the door open. And I think that's a good point to stop for today. It's 7 o'clock now on Saturday night, which officially is date night for me, and the wife won't be happy if I get home really late. So we'll pick this up possibly tomorrow. Might try and come in and do a couple of hours tomorrow and then get this all reassembled. See you later. So I think that brings it to a good point to stop the current episode. I started adding the extra footage from rehanging the door, but it got to sort of like a 40-minute video, and I think it would have basically drawn out too long. If you want to keep watching and see us like get this Mini all sorted out and back on the road, then please hit that subscribe button so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. If you have subscribed and you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and share it with anybody who might be interested. Check us out on Instagram, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.